And coming up this Saturday, we've got a fundraiser for Women's Protective Services. Now you might want to catch a ride to this deal. It's kind of like, Vegas. Everybody's hoping to drive home in the Viper, right? Well, you might be able to roll home on a tractor from this one, from Hearst Farm Supply. Welcome to the program. We've got Lindsay Rushing. She's board member WPS, new executive director, Jason Henry, and also Stephen Garcia, coordinator for community education. Welcome to the program.
Good morning. How you doing?
Good. Okay, tell us about the event and what it takes to get in.
It is the biggest fundraiser of the year for us, and the event's going to be this Saturday, August 22nd, 5:30 at the Civic Center. And so we want everyone to show up, support us. Tickets are $100 each. Admits 2 adults to the event. We're going to have catering by Honeychild, live music by Rex Thomas Band, a lot of silent auction items, and a whole lot of fun to see who's going to ride off in a tractor or gator.
Nice. Okay, so this is one of those deals where your actual drawing tickets included in the price of admission and stuff, yeah?
Yes, sir. It sure is.
That's good.
Reverse drawing.
All right. Okay, let's swing over to Lindsay.
Good morning.
Lindsay, you're a board member. What brings you to the board of Women's Protective Services?
Well, I was born and raised in Lubbock, Texas, but I moved away for several years, and I came back, and I really wanted to get involved with something. And I think domestic violence is a cause that doesn't get enough attention. And I just thought that would be a great thing to get involved with, and I love that Women's Protective Services is a local nonprofit. It supports our community. Everything we do is for our community. And it really helps, like I said, an under-known cause. So that's why I got involved.
Yeah, that's one of those things where, well, it needs to be talked about, but a lot of people,
it happens in all parts of our
city.
city.
It's everywhere.
It's not just in one part of town either. The domestic violence can happen.
Domestic violence does not discriminate.
Right.
It does not care of your income level, your ethnicity. And here's kind of a scary statistic. The domestic violence in Lubbock is 14% of the state's domestic violence, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but we're only 2% of the population.
Yeah, that's a big chunk. So it's happening a lot.
It's happening a lot.
And those are just the cases that we know about.
Exactly.
That are reported.
That we have helped. Mm-hmm. It's a very hidden thing that people hide it, and people don't brag about how their spouse is abusing them.
Right.
So.
Not necessarily the best of situations.
Those statistics are very disturbing.
Very disturbing.
Yeah. Okay. Swing over to Jason Henry. Jason's not new to Lubbock, Texas, but kind of new to Women's Protective Services. You're the new executive director?
Yes, sir.
And so how long have you been with the Women's Protective Services?
About a month.
Okay.
A month and a day.
So you're kind of walking into this and having to run real fast to do this fundraiser.
Yeah, the biggest fundraiser of the year, and I walked into it. So
nice. Hey, as far as Women's Protective Services, Laura, everybody's always looking for volunteers and people to get involved. What are the qualifications, I'm wondering, to be involved with Women's Protective Services, and what kinds of volunteers and what do volunteers do?
Well, it's anybody with a passion to help domestic violence. I mean, we saw 3,500 cases last year of domestic violence, which is the third largest in the state and one of the largest in the country. So we're a massive shelter. We service 12 counties. So, but anybody can get involved with it. We need volunteers. We have a staff of 43 paid staff members, but we have about that many volunteers too.
Wow. Who knew? I mean, I never knew that.
3,500 cases, that's a lot.
And 43 volunteers. So do you guys have a training program or a certain kind of regimen when people volunteer and get involved? What do they have to do to train and all?
They go through a vetting process about, anonymity and just it depends on what level they're volunteering at. But there's a need, everything from, ground maintenance to counseling.
I imagine a lot of the stuff, if you're actually dealing with people that have been touched by domestic violence, it would be, like you say, anonymity, sensitivity training, confidentiality.
Yeah.
Probably, legalese and liabilities and stuff like that, because you gotta, it's not one of those situations where you can go in and share what, you're dealing with.
Right. A lot of times it's emotional support for the victims. I mean, that's a huge, huge deal.
And it needs to be ongoing too, because so many women are they might report it at first, but then they back off, don't they?
Yeah, correct.
Out of either fear. It's
Correct.
probably fear usually that makes them back off of.
Yeah. Life skills with volunteers. Legal advocacy is huge for us. We did 4,000 hours of legal advocacy last year, and a lot of that is helping them get the protection orders from the judges. So we needed a lot of help with that.
One thing that you guys did for us in Girl Scouts several years ago is you sent a representative to a workshop thing we had for young girls who were entering the dating years. And the representative from Women's Protective Services did sort of a red flag workshop for those girls. Things to watch for in guys and how they might be potential batterers.
Yeah.
It was extremely effective for those girls. Hopefully they all took away important information out of that. Are you doing any educational kind of courses like that?
The program that you're talking about is called the Expect Respect program, and Stephen actually heads that program.
Yeah.
He's actually the director of that.
Right. Now, how do people get in touch with you to set up something like that, say at a school or an event, Girl Scouts, for example, or churches?
All they need to do is call us at 747-6491. That is our hotline number for any questions regarding any kind of domestic violence or that educational program you just mentioned. They can contact us, and we will run out and see how we can implement that into your schedule. This curriculum is a curriculum approved based on research out of the Texas Council of Family Violence in Austin, and we do it every other week in high schools and junior highs, and that's exactly what we do. We teach the red flags. We also teach healthy relationships behavior. We want to really prevent future victims and offenders from getting to that point, because it really starts those early years.
Exactly. And you would think that education might actually keep it, we're running out of time, keep it from becoming such huge statistics in our area. We've got to get those numbers down.
Yeah. Hey, just real quick, we would be remiss if we didn't, just fly this out there. Ladies, if you're in a situation or you feel that you're in an abusive situation and you need somebody to talk to, you can pick up the phone and call Women's Protective Services. Same hotline number?
Yes, sir.
747-6491 24/7, right?
Yes.
All right. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Once again, we got the fundraiser coming up this Saturday. It's $100 for a couple. Includes a chance to win a John Deere Gator. Also enjoy some great grubbing from Honey Child Catering and Scooting the Boot with the Rex Thomas Band. Thanks for guys coming in. Hey, what time does it start at Civic Center or Banquet Hall?
5:30.
5:30 on Saturday. Get there early.